My name is Santino Pasco Lopez. I am here to help with your assignments.
My name is Chico and I will also assist.
I will read out the assignment and you can follow along with me with your own copy.
And I will interrupt and give helpful tips and advice on completing the work.
This is assignment 17.2 and within this you will be covering learning outcome 1. Know the effect of personality and motivation on sports performance.
You will also be covering the following criteria. P1. Define personality and how it affects sports performance. P2. Describe motivation and how it affects sports performance. M1. Explain the effects of personality and motivation on sports performance. D1. Evaluate the effects of personality and motivation on sports performance.
This is the situation. Crystal Palace has £5 million to spend on a sensational new striker. It's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things and they want value for money. They have narrowed the shortlist down to 2 choices. There is the Mediterranean sensation, Santino Pasco Lopez,
and the consistently reliable South American, Chico. The coaches and club psychologists have created a portfolio of information on each player.
Using the given information, Crystal Palace has commissioned you to create a report explaining the personality and motivations of the 2 players and link it to how it affects performance.
Task 1 is for P.1. It contains 3 parts.
Task 1 Part A. Quote a definition of personality.
This one is easy to complete. Find the BTEC or any psychology textbook and quote the definition. It will also benefit to describe personality in your own words.
Task 1 Part B. Describe trait personality theories using Santino Pasco Lopez's portfolio as a reference. Make particular reference to the results of the REC, the 16PF, the DFQ and the SAS.
Use Santino's profile to help you discuss the theories of Eysenck and Cattell. Also describe what you think is meant by the term dispositional flow. Finally, discuss what you think the impact on sports performance is if a player has high or low anxiety on a normal day.
Task 1 Part C. Describe situation-centered views of personality with reference to Chico's portfolio. Make particular reference to the results of the POMS Anxi 2.
Using my profile this time, talk about how personality can change depending on specific situations. Think of how I might react in different circumstances and with different people. Use the results of the POMS questionnaire and the results of my cognitive state anxiety inventory.
Task 2 for P2. Part A. Describe the motivations of both players, making reference to locus of control, task orientation, and need to achieve and need to avoid failure and the results of the TIOSC.
Looking at both players, make comparisons and similarities. Discuss locus of control from internal and external perspectives. For example, discuss the reasons given for each player's success. Use the player interviews to help you on this. The interviews will also help to decide which players have a need to achieve and which have a need to avoid failure. Finally, talk about task and ego orientation.
Task 2 Part B. Create a chart showing the results of the TIOSC for both players and use this to explain effects of goal orientation on sports performance. Task 3 for M1. Building on from tasks 1 and 2, give your clinical assessment of each player, explaining how you feel their personality and motivation will affect their sports performance. Use graphs, diagrams and tables to help you explain. You can make comparisons between players and make judgments based on these comparisons.
This is your opportunity to show that you understand the information given in the player profiles and make diagrams, charts and graphs to help you make direct comparisons between players. Keep relating your work back to the impact of each player's motivation and personality on performance.
Task 4 for D1. You will evaluate the effects of personality and motivation on sports performance by completing the following. Giving your own opinion on each of the psychometric measures given in the player portfolios. B. Giving your own opinions of whether analyzing personality and/or motivation of players is a good method of detecting how well athletes will perform in certain situations. C. Giving a summary comparison on each of the results with a conclusion as to who would be a better buy based on each individual psychometric assessment.